The confirmed number of cases of the coronavirus in Los Angeles County today comes to 51,562. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 2,290. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 368, with total confirmed deaths at 45. We anticipate those numbers to increase as the county's last 24-hour operating period is updated. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 2 p.m. on Saturday, May 30th. A historic first today as NASA and Elon Musk's SpaceX launched successfully from the U.S., carrying 2 veteran NASA astronauts just a short while ago.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA, go SpaceX, Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
America has launched. And so rises a new era of American spaceflight.
This is the first commercially built and operated American rocket and spacecraft carrying astronauts Robert Behnken and Douglas Hurley on the Crew Dragon capsule. The rocket used on this mission is called the Falcon 9, and the astronauts rode in the Crew Dragon capsule located on top of the rocket. The Falcon 9 is a 2-stage rocket, and what makes it unique is that the first stage is capable of returning to Earth as we saw it landing vertically. This allows it to be used again for future flights. The Crew Dragon for this mission is designed to spend up to 120 days in space. The operational version will be capable of 210 days in orbit. Astronauts Behnken and Hurley joined NASA in 2000. They lifted off from Launch Pad 39A, also used by Neil Armstrong on Apollo 11's landmark 1969 journey to the moon. Crew Dragon is SpaceX's first human-rated spacecraft and NASA's first crewed mission in 9 years, since the space shuttle program ended in 2011. Both astronauts were driven to the launch pad in white electric Tesla vehicles. The Crew Dragon mission is a defining moment for SpaceX, which Musk founded in 2002 with the goal of producing a lower-cost alternative to human spaceflight. By 2012, it became the first private company to dock a cargo capsule at the International Space Station, resupplying the station regularly ever since. Now, NASA paid more than $3 billion for SpaceX to design, build, test, and operate its reusable Dragon capsule for 6 future space round trips. There was a 50% chance of cancellation today, as this was the second time they prepared to launch this mission. Wednesday's scheduled launch was canceled last minute due to inclement weather conditions. During a third night of protests, what started out as a peaceful demonstration in response to the death of George Floyd turned violent and chaotic late into the night in downtown Los Angeles. An army of Los Angeles police officers responded to businesses being looted, damaged property, police vehicles attacked, and trash cans set on fire. More than 500 people were arrested for unlawful assembly, and several officers were severely injured during the confrontation last night. The Target store at 7th and Figueroa Streets, a Rite Aid store at 7th and Hope Streets, and markets and jewelry stores along Broadway Street were among some of the businesses looted just before midnight. And as some protesters walked onto the highway, that forced the temporary shutdown of the 110 freeway. There has been a nationwide response against police brutality and the death of Floyd at the hands of a Minneapolis police officer who has since been fired and charged with murder. The South Bay Tactical Team is on high alert in the event of civil unrest here in the South Bay area. Commercial businesses as well as civic centers are being actively monitored by authorities. The The total number of confirmed COVID-19 infections in LA County tops more than 51,000, which represents almost half of all California's cases. Now, Dr. Christina Galli, Director of Health Services for the county, said that although the number of local cases are flattening, the county may see a new upward curve as more businesses reopen and chances of transmission increase. California Governor Gavin Newsom stated that while the death toll in LA County remains a major concern, other metrics show it is safe to reopen the economy more. This is due to reduced hospitalizations, decreased infection rates, and increased testing capacity. As the county continues to open more sectors and industries, health department officials are cautioning in order to continue slowing the spread of the virus, residents must still be vigilant and continue to social distance, wear face coverings, wash hands frequently, and continue to stay home as much as possible. Well, after 2 months of being closed, restaurants, shopping malls, drive-in theaters, hair salons, and barbershops can now open. Los Angeles County is taking significant steps toward reopening the economy this weekend. The county released a revised health officer order updating information to include the recently approved openings. Now, with many restrictions still in place, many of these sought-after services may not be available right away, as they may need time to meet the necessary requirements to safely reopen. Here are some of the restrictions in place for in-person dining. Restaurants must have physical distancing measures in place. Employees and customers must be screened for symptoms. Outdoor seating and curbside pickup should be prioritized. Reservations are encouraged, and customers wait for tables outside or in the car. Cloth face coverings will be required when not eating, and the occupancy will be limited to 60% for at least the next 3 weeks. The bar areas remain closed. Now, to make up the 40%, restaurants are encouraged to explore outdoor seating options. Torrance's Community Development Department is offering help in guiding businesses so they can find ways to create temporary outdoor spaces to expand customer capacity. The outdoor location would have to be on private property, such as a parking area adjacent to the restaurant. However, the city is exploring areas like downtown Torrance, where public streets and sidewalks could accommodate outdoor operations. The outdoor operations would be limited to 120 calendar days from the date of approval, with operating hours limited to 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. No more than one patron per 110 square feet of outdoor dining area allowed. Table seating limited to no more than 6 patrons per table. Tables must be positioned at least 6 feet apart from edge to edge. Food prepping must be done inside the restaurant establishment with the health department's approved kitchen facilities. Self-service would be strictly prohibited, and alcohol service would depend on the business's ABC license type. City staff are also researching areas like downtown Torrance, where an alfresco experience might be possible, of closing down a part of a street to create an outdoor dining area. There are no fees associated with the preliminary site review, and the permit application fee will be subsidized by the Office of Economic Development Department. Torrance's environmental quality officers are available through the weekend for businesses who have questions or concerns about reopening guidelines. For questions, you can contact the Community Development Department at 310-618-5925. Now, as we mentioned, hair salons and barbershops have been given the green light to reopen. But again, safety protocols must be met before they can begin taking customers. And it will not look like the hair salon or barbershop that we remember. Los Angeles County laid out protocols that ensure infection control, physical distancing, communication with employees and the public, and measures to ensure equitable access to critical services. Now, under the guidelines, hair stations must be separated at least 6 feet apart. Employees and the public should social distance except when providing hair services. Floor markings and signs should be implemented and barriers installed at reception desks and any other areas that physical distancing cannot be maintained. Appointments should be staggered to reduce congestion in the salon or barbershop and to ensure adequate time for proper cleaning and sanitation between each client. Walk-in appointments won't be allowed at this time. Customers should be contacted prior to the appointment and be advised to bring and use a face covering during the visit, preferably with ear loops. Come with freshly cleaned hair. Do not bring children or others to the appointment. Workers should not see multiple customers. Service for one customer must be completed before a new customer is seen by the same worker. Offer virtual check-in whenever possible. Persons should wait outside until they're notified to enter the salon or barbershop. Aisles are designated as one way to support physical distancing. Avoid handshakes, hugs, or similar greetings. Employee break rooms should be reconfigured to avoid congregating and allow for social distancing. Customers are verbally screened for COVID-19 upon arrival. If the customer is exhibiting any symptoms, the appointment must be rescheduled at least 14 days in the future. Amenities like magazines, books, coffee, water, and self-service stations for customers are removed from the reception areas. Hand sanitizer, wipes, tissues, and trash cans are available to customers in the reception area and workstation. Clean face coverings should be made available for workers to ensure they can be changed during their shift. Disposable gloves should be worn. Cleaning and disinfection plan is developed. Shears and non-electrical tools are cleaned and disinfected after each use. Doors are left open where possible. HVAC system is in good working order. Ventilation has been increased and cashless transactions are strongly encouraged. Now, services that cannot be performed with face coverings on both the worker and customer or that require touching the customer's face, like eyelash services, eyebrow waxing and threading, and facials are not allowed yet. As all retail stores are allowed to open now at 50% capacity, Southern California's shopping destination, Del Amo Fashion Center, announced its reopening yesterday, but it wasn't business as usual. While many stores in the mall have yet to reopen, mall officials say many will begin to reopen in the coming weeks. Simon says its reopened centers will have increased emphasis on cleanliness, including enhanced sanitation and disinfecting, making protective masks, sanitizing wipes, and hand sanitizing stations available for shoppers. Now, if you're not quite ready to head back to the mall, you can still take advantage of curbside pickup services. That's available at nearly 24 stores at Del Amo. Some include Barnes & Noble, Anthropologie, Crate & Barrel, Dick's Sporting Goods, Joann's, and Nordstrom, to name a few. Operating hours have been modified to Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. and 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. Public health officials say several benchmarks are being met in LA County, and as a result, more restrictions are being lifted. Places of worship, drive-in theaters, swap meets, flea markets, hair salons, and barbershops. Office-based businesses can also now open where telework is not possible. The county joins the majority of California in phase 2 of the state's reopening plan due to meeting certain thresholds. Officials say there's been a 20% reduction in deaths since the onset of the crisis. Data is showing this week had the lowest positive rate since the start of testing, with no more than 8%, and stabilized hospitalization rates continues to be lower than the week prior. County officials stress that residents must continue to maintain social distancing guidelines and continue to wear that face covering in public to avoid businesses being shut down again due to a new spike in cases. LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn said, quote, "We are threading the needle between keeping the public safe and allowing our economy to reopen," end quote. Officials say any surge will not be apparent until they are well underway several weeks from now. As various businesses continue to reopen this weekend, there are protocols that must be followed in order to open doors to the public again. The City of Torrance Office of Economic Development continues to provide support to business communities. They've updated their back to business guidelines that can be found online. County health officials said businesses can reopen without an inspection. The county's public health director, Dr. Barber asked business owners to download the protocols online on the county's public health website, as you can see right there on the screen. Complete the checklist and do your best to create a safe environment, not only for employees, but for customers as well. Health officials said they will be monitoring the recovery dashboard closely. You can get more information on not only what's open in the city, but a link to the City of Torrance COVID-19 dashboard at torranceca.gov/COVID-19. If you own an oversized vehicle, the city is letting residents know that parking violations will resume beginning today. Now, what's defined as an oversized vehicle is a vehicle or combination of vehicles that exceeds 20 feet in length, 7 feet in width, or 8 feet in height. Oversized vehicles do not include pickup trucks or SUVs, which are less than 20 feet and 82 inches in height. This ordinance also applies to all detached trailers or combination of vehicle and trailer. Now, if your new trailer or recreational vehicle has not been registered yet, you are encouraged to register online. Residents can purchase permits, select days or of use to cancel them of the permit, as well as register a guest who may be visiting with an OV. You can find those forms online as well. Go to torranceca.gov. The local community is rallying to make sure seniors graduating are also being honored for their athletic accomplishments. Just a few moments ago, coaches, families, and loved ones kicked off a caravan at Torrance Park to honor 11 Torrance High School seniors who are a part of the baseball team. Cars entered from Arlington Avenue and exited through the service road onto Cabrillo Avenue while cheering on the players with decorative cars. Now, the idea came about from the baseball coach, Jason, and his wife, Monica, who wanted to honor the graduating seniors. Coaches say due to COVID-19, their season was cut short, and the drive-by is a way to celebrate the seniors during this time. The seniors donned their jerseys and stood by their banners as families drove by cheering. Families were asked to stay in their cars as the players get honored. The caravan is taking place right now at Kendall Field, which is Torrance High School's home field. The Torrance High School baseball team have won 10 Pioneer League titles, went to 6 CIF semifinals, including 3 trips to the finals. You can also tune into the city's Facebook page as our very own Hiba live streams the special celebration. With the newly lifted restrictions allowing drive-in theaters to open, the Rodeum opened up just in time to kick off the weekend with some socially distanced fun for the whole family. Residents are invited to the drive-in, and this weekend marks the grand reopening. And tonight is the second night that the drive-in theater is showing the Disney Pixar film Up. Tickets can be purchased ahead online. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. and the movie will begin at sunset. The entrance gate closes at 8:30 p.m. This is a great way to have socially distanced fun. Attendees are asked to remain in your vehicle at all times except to use the restroom or ordering food at the snack bar. And during those times outside the car, you must wear that face covering. For those who have a truck and plan to sit in the flatbed of your pickup in the open air, masks must also be worn. Service pets may join you if they remain inside your vehicle. Otherwise, pets are encouraged to stay home at this time. Restrooms will be available and are frequently sanitized and monitored by an attendant so that social distance can be maintained. The snack bar will be open for hot food and concessions. Orders can be placed in person. Now, they hope to make phone and online orders available in the coming weeks. The general community can purchase tickets for $25 plus fees per car. Military and healthcare workers are offered a 20% discount. They're encouraged to pay at the gate at the flat rate of $20. There are more movies scheduled for the summer weekends. You can check them out at rhodium.com. It may not have been exactly how students imagined what their graduation day to look like, but the day finally arrived and staff at Bishop Montgomery High School was able to create a memorable day nonetheless. Excitement was in the air as students moved forward with a drive-through graduation event. One by one, students and their families drove to the school's track and field, where loved ones held up a sign with the student's name, and then cars were directed to stop in front of the stage. Seniors dressed in their cap and gown exited the car, handed the name to their counselor, and walked onto the stage to receive their diploma while posing for a professional picture. All guests stayed inside the car while everyone followed social distancing rules and wore masks. After the recent update by the County of Los Angeles Department of Public Health to allow for caravan celebrations, staff were excited to move forward with a celebration. The school also held a class of 2020 baccalaureate mass at American Martyrs Church in Manhattan Beach. Congratulations to the entire graduating class of 2020 as you celebrated this big milestone. Well, if you're one of the thousands who won't be part of a traditional graduation ceremony due to COVID-19, we want to celebrate you and your big milestone. Congratulations to Jessie Rose Diekman. She is a graduating senior at South High School. She plans to attend California State University Dominguez Hills on a volleyball scholarship this fall. She is interested in painting, sign language, gardening, jewelry making, baking, and hanging out with her friends. She plans to pursue a degree in psychology. Congratulations to Kelsey Hall. She is a graduating senior at South High School. She was a member of the junior varsity tennis team, served as vice president in Model UN. She is headed to the University of Washington in the fall to study chemistry and science. Whether it's a preschool promotion or college graduation and every milestone in between, please send us your photo and let us know what school you are graduating from. We'll be sure to share it on our show. Email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share your story of how you and your family, friends, and local businesses are all surviving this health crisis. Well, one of many acts of kindness during this pandemic has been an outpouring of generosity from restaurants to support our local healthcare heroes. And the popular chain Din Tai Fung USA continues to give back. They once again donated meals to Torrance Memorial Medical Center, this time giving food to the hospital staff at the burn center. Staff was very grateful for the meals. Din Tai Fung has a Torrance location at the Del Amo Fashion Center. They are a world-renowned Taiwanese restaurant. We love hearing these stories, seeing pictures and videos being sent to us, so please keep them coming so we can share your story of how Torrance cares. Email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov if you have questions or just want to share. Stay informed by signing up at torranceca.gov/Torrance Alerts. Subscribe to City Cable's YouTube channel and be sure to like the city's Facebook page. That is our update for COVID-19 today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 2 p.m. as Christine Lee brings you the latest COVID-19 updates. Be safe, stay healthy, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.